Hey guys, welcome back to another video. The last video we did the setting up the weather app, but there was a couple things that we forgot to do, and we needed to set up the couple packages. One for the initialization, which builds a JSON file, which we didn't put in here, and then the other thing was for the request, so that we can make requests. So we're going to start with that first. So I'm logging into that environment. So we're in a weather app. So I'm going to do cd weather app. Make sure I'm there. Yep, that's what we had. Clear it. All right, so first thing that we need to do here is, which I didn't do, is do an n. I might have to do a sudo npm init. Now, if I do this, it'll ask me for questions, and I don't want to answer questions, so I'm gonna do -y and hit enter, and enter my password in. All right, apparently that's not my password. What the heck? There we go. And what it does is automatically does it for me, which is good. The other thing I need to do is install the request package. Request at 2.88.0. Before I do that real quick, go out to request npm package. And there we go. So this is actually what I'm doing so that we can make our calls. Else we will be able to make calls from the JSON file. So wasn't thinking. So I need to do that. Hit enter. Perfect. All right, awesome. So, oh geez. All right. So now we have our two files that we needed to install. So now we come over to our file here. We have our package, our JSON file. So now things are installed. So that's good. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start building our web server app. Hope you guys are ready. I was watching the NBA game and now I'm distracted. So I had to close that. And my team's losing, which is nothing new. All right. So we're gonna build the API, or well, where is my damn terminal at? Lost it. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're in this directory. So I'm gonna cd out, and we'll go into the web server app directory. Perfect. So let me think about this. Let's just do this first. First things first. Where's my thing at? All right, so we're gonna install stuff that we need to install here as well. So we'll do the same thing that we just did on this directory. We'll do npm init -y. Perfect. And then we'll also do the npm I request at 2.88.0. Get that in there. Perfect. So those are done. Now we can set up our folders that we need. So we have our new modules there. So we need a public folder. This will be where our code, oops, not there. Public. Perfect. We'll also need a source folder. We'll need a templates folder. Our templates will be what we use for our handlebars. So we will have to install, what I'm thinking about is HBS. Let me find it real quick. So let's do this. HBS and package. So this will be another package that we have to install. And this is for handlebars. It's using with Express. So we're using Express engine that we're using, and handlebars is something that we're going to use. I use sudo because I'm using a Mac, but if you're using a PC, you probably just do the HBS install. So it's required access for the properties, so there'll be something that we'll be using in this module. So let me find my thing real quick. And what we'll do here is I'll do sudo npm, let's see, hbs, or npm install hbs. Perfect. I had to make sure I installed that first. All right, so under templates, we're gonna have a directory called partials. And we're gonna have a directory called views. And this will be all our handlebar stuff and our footer. So we'll actually probably get started with that shortly. The public folder, I'm just setting up all my folders that I need here. Make sure I'm recording. Yes, I'm recording. I did that before. So we need a CSS folder. We need a image folder. We need another folder of some sort. A JS folder for maybe something called JavaScript. And let's see, what else do we need here? We are going to, we'll go down to that later, but you know, while we're doing stuff, we're going to use this utility down here. So I'm going to copy it real quick. And let me think about it. I will need it eventually, but I'm just going to throw it out there now for now. That will go under my source. So I'm just going to paste that here. Perfect. So we're just, all we're doing is just kind of setting up our environment right now. All right. So we got our public, we got our CSS, image, JS, perfect. Our source code, which is our utilities, perfect. Or else we'll just go from there and start how we start. Cruising through it, I guess. All right, excellent. So let's see, where do we start first? I think we start with I'm gonna start with our handlebar stuff because I think that's gonna be pretty easy right now. So let's do our partials. Our first partial will be a header and a footer. So I'll do header.hbs for handlebars. And here we'll type in header. And while I'm typing this in here, so handlebars, what is handlebars anyways? And we talked about it a couple weeks ago. It's a templating engine. Everything's powerful at this point, but it's basically an open source. It's used over a wide layer community. It's based off of the Mustache template language, which is silly, but whatever. But anyways, it's overall, it's just it's a templating engine, allows us to use it to build a better environment.
I didn't quite catch that. Could you please repeat it?
You heard that? Siri is trying to look up stuff. Beautiful. She doesn't work when I want her to work, and now she's working. All right, sorry about that. Now I got a bug. Sorry, climbing on my eye. Perfect. All right. Yeah, it was on my eyeball or my glasses. All right. So moving in, we'll do a header 1, and we'll do 2 of these guys right here, and then we'll pass in a title. So what we're going to do is this is like a placeholder that we'll use, and then there'll be values that'll be pushed into the placeholder later on. All right, and then we're going to have, for now, we're just going to have a hyperreference equals, and we're just going to put in some of our routes. So we'll do equals, and we'll do this, and we'll do, oops. Geez, hold on, what am I doing here? Equals, then come on here and do weather. And I'm going to copy and paste that a couple times. about, and help, support, whatever. I'll put support. Sounds better. Perfect. And we need to close out the header. There we go. Perfect. Now we need to have a footer. So we will do right click, new file, footer.hbs, and we will do a footer, maybe, and close it out. And then we will do this paragraph, and we'll say developed by, and we'll just put name, and later on we'll use your name, and that'll grab the value. All right, cool. So we got header and footer done. Sure, save it. Save it. Yep. All right. See if I'm forgetting anything. All right, so our views are going to be a little bit bigger, to be honest with you. So let's right click on it and create a new file, and we'll do a 404 on them for, you know, problems that you could have. HBS, and this one will be, we'll do doc type, HTML, perfect. HTML, so it's be like a hypertext up. So this part right here, I kind of breeze through because you guys will know this part. We'll do heading. All right, perfect. We'll give it a title, 404, obviously. We need to have a link. We need to have an icon, so I'll give you guys an icon that I'll link on the Schoology that you could download or out and get or whatever. So we'll do a link, rel equals icon, and then we'll do a hyperreference equals, will be in our image folder and weather.png. So like I said, I'll get you guys a file and we'll download it and put it in our process. All right, the next thing is we'll need to have CSS that we don't have yet, so we'll just make it up for now. We'll call it style sheet. Oops. Perfect. Hyperreference equals CSS styles.css. Excellent. Oops. Cool. So, like I said, we don't have that in place yet, but that's fine. All right, so now we need a body. The vision. So our vision class equals, we'll call it main content for now. And in our handlebars here, we're going to do this and add a header. And then we're going to do a paragraph. And then we're going to do more handlebars. And we're going to say error message. Oh my. Perfect. Excellent. Now close our tag out here. All this stuff is pretty much straightforward. So you notice that when we do something, we did a double handlebars, get it? Footer. And then we do our our body. And that's it on that one. So we just have in this one we're just referencing our icon that we don't have here, referencing a CSS that we don't have in place, and then doing the main content for our handlebars. And I'll save that. Okay. About, I'm gonna skip because I'm not really worried about, and I'm gonna skip help because I'm not concerned about that, but these will be things that I want you guys to create. I want you to, I'll actually put the files out here. So I want you to create something on support.hbs. I want you to create a view on something about you, be like your about page. But I'm going to leave that open for you to work on. So this will be like a builder. We'll start with this and I'm going to actually have you guys build something from here. part of your homework assignment. All right. So then we will need an index file that we will need. Maybe. My thing is not working. All right, so let's do this. New file. Index.hbs. Now I could use some of this stuff that I've already did. So like 4 to 404, I'm gonna copy this. Why recreate the wheel when you don't have to? Paste it, and we will change it around a little bit. We'll call it weather. Use our icon. We can use the same style sheet. Only difference is we're gonna have to reference our app.js file. So we'll do a script. Source equals JS app.js. There you go. And there we go, just like that. Perfect. All right, so now we need to have a body. We can use this main content. We want to take out error message. And what we can do is we don't need handlebars for this one. We can take out the handlebars and we could put, I don't know, you could give it something. We'll say, Point Park University, site for weather. So site for your weather. We'll leave the footer and the body in HTML, just like that. Perfect. Cool. All right, so that right there does that aspect of it. So like I said, the support and about, I'll let you create on your own. That'll be an assignment. So that's good for our templates. I think now we're gonna go ahead and start creating our app.js file, which is going to be under source. So we'll create a new file, app.js. All right, so we're gonna start with a constant path that we talked about in the last module. All right, path equals require a path. Oops, perfect. We can copy and paste some of this and change some stuff around here instead of typing it out constantly. We're gonna need about 4 more of these. So, perfect. So this one right here will be express. And in express, we're gonna be grabbing express. The next one that we're gonna use is HBS. That's our handlebars. So we're gonna require what? HBS. That grabs our NPM package that we have in place. We're gonna need a geocode. What are we gonna get from geocode? Well, we're gonna grab the utilities directory. Because remember, I copied it under here, under utilities. So what I'm gonna do here is do a ./utils/geocode. Perfect. And you can imagine what I'm gonna do here. If you said forecast, you're right. And we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna do a ./utilities/geocode, or Jesus, forecast. Perfect. All right, so now we got our mapping taken care of here. So this would be our mapping. Now we need to have our app, which is express. So whatever we call this, we call this something else. Well, actually, we're gonna grab this, like I said, and then put it down here, but I didn't. That'd be silly. All right, so now what we need to do is define the paths for express configuration. And so how do you do that? So you set up a constant, and you can name this anything. I'll just say public directory path equals path dot join, and then remember 2 underscores, the directory name. And this is stuff that we did in the last lab, and we'll do /public, so it goes backwards. So it's just like you're using your Unix environment or gel, same thing. The other ones are going to be similar, so instead of typing all that out, let's copy and paste twice. Now this one right here is going to be a view pass, and it's going to be directory name, and what we're going to do is we want it to contact the templates, and we want it to contact the views. okay? And then this one right here will be partials path. So what do you think? Equals, well, let's let you try to figure that one out on your own. So as you see here, how do you identify, how do you get to the partials path? How does that work? Give you guys a clue. So I'm going to leave this one blank for you to figure out. Question 1 on a homework assignment. What do you put here? So I'm going to leave that blank. Now my program already works fine, so I don't have a problem, but we're going to code this, we'll do something, and then we'll see how we did it. So just when you go to fill this out, look at how this is filled out and look where it's located at, okay? All right, so now we need to set the handlebars. All right, so now we do app.set. We need a view engine. And then we need to pass in the handlebars HBS. Perfect. Oops. We call it HBS. Maybe. Perfect. Now we need to do the view path. So if we're going to do views, what will we do? We do app.set, and we'll do views, and we will do views path. And then down here we need to do HBS for handlebars dot register partials, and then partials path, what we have in place, which you guys have to fill out. Right now it goes nowhere. And we need to set up the static directory. And what we'll do here is we'll do app.use, what we're using. We'll do express.static, and then we'll do public directory. Excellent. Now we need to go, you know what? I'll do get request, response, and then we'll come out here and do this and this right here. So response dot render, and we want to render an index page, comma, and here we'll do title. So remember when we set our header up and we use this stuff like here, so we're going to use those placeholders to set this stuff up. So title, we'll call it weather, comma, name. You can put your name. I'll put actually, say my name is Mike Tomlin. Why not? Actually, you know what? I don't want to mess my program up, so I give you time to figure this out. Hopefully you figured it out by now. So what will you put here? If you were thinking templates / partials, you were correct. That's what we put here. Templates and partials, our directory. Perfect. Good job, guys. Because I know you would have got it right. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put this celeb guy I met, Kevin Benson. He's the WPIC site guy. All right. So that right there is our app get for a request. Now, there is, I'll leave this blank and let you do this one for real. Homework assignment. Create a route for support. And that support, if you remember, is, where do we put it at? Under views. So that will be used for support handlebars. Then also create a route for what else? About. That will be used for the about handlebars. Okay, cool. That I'm not going to do for you. But what I am going to help you with is the app weather aspect of it. But before we get into that, we're going to save this. Let's see here. Let me think about what we're going to do here. All right, so you're also going to need a 404 one. Okay, we're going to create the weather one, but before we do that, we have to go formulate the page, because right now we don't have any CSS in place and the page will look like crap right now. But before we do any of that, so right here will be our weather route. And now, before we do that, we need to do app listen, and we're using 3000 port, and we'll do this. Perfect. And we'll do console.log server is up on port 3000 at Point Park. Excellent. All right, so I'm saving that right now. All right, cool. So what we're going to do is, this is going to be a second video. We're going to end it here. When we come back, we are going to set up our CSS information. We're going to copy over our image. Our JS file will be our, actually, where the heck did I save this at? Web server source, JS. You know what? Hold on. I did save it there, but we're going to set up another app.js under JavaScript as well. Cool. So we'll come back and we'll finish that, and then lastly we'll work on this part right here, which is our code. So we'll go from there. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.